everyone, welcome back to Picture Book Mondays with Miss Marie. This week we are celebrating Children's Book Week. We will be highlighting an author/illustrator by the name of Floyd Cooper. And he does have a special day set aside this week, which is May 6th. So please come in, take a look at the books that we have, and let me highlight just a few of them for you today. Let's get started. Our first book is called Brick by Brick, and it is written by Charles R. Smith Jr. and it's illustrated by Floyd Cooper. So they give you a little glimpse on the cover of what building we're going to be talking about in this story. And before I get started with that, let me share with you the publisher. It is Amistad Publishing, which is an imprint of HarperCollins Publishers. So Floyd Cooper has taken the language that was written in prose in this book, and he talks about all of the different types of people that have helped to build the White House in Washington, D.C. So you see right here slaves and workers and immigrant workers that have come to this country to help start their lives. And they use the bricks that they built the White House in Washington, D.C. with, and they use the phrase brick by brick to symbolize the start of these lives in a new country and trying to get that and find that American dream. This is a wonderful story to add to your collection, especially around President's Day, even Memorial Day, Juneteenth coming up. Take a look. And a nice added feature in the back is a page with some resources for further research. And it's called Why Were Slaves Used to Build the White House? And it goes a little bit more in depth of where people were coming from Europe and what countries. And it talks a little bit more of why they were chosen to do that, and gives you a little bit more of a background history and background knowledge. Okay, so that's book one. Okay, book two is called In the Land of Milk and Honey. This too was illustrated by Floyd Cooper, and the author is Joyce Carol Thomas. And the publisher again will be Amistad, which is the imprint of HarperCollins. Now this book is a reflection of Joyce Carol Thomas's life growing up and how they moved across the country to California, to the land of milk and honey. And as you read, she uses beautiful language here, and as you read the descriptive language that she tells you, there's a flow and a rhythm again to this beautifully written and illustrated book. And you find out a little bit more about her life and what happens with her life in the future. And then again, just like the other book, there's a nice little letter that she wrote to the readers that reflects on how she came to the idea of this book and why she wanted to write this book to share her story. And our last book that I'm going to feature is called Max and the Tagalong Moon. Now this book is unique to the other two because Floyd Cooper was the author and also the illustrator. And he takes and I should also say again, the publisher is Philomel Books, which is an imprint of Penguin Publishers. So now Floyd Cooper takes a a little memory, just a little tiny memory seed that he has of a time where he was visiting his grandfather. And when they were saying goodnight to each other and he was ready to leave to go home, they noticed this big, bright moon. And they also knew that they were going to miss each other while they were away in between their visits. So his grandfather had said, the moon will always be with you. The moon will always tag along. So what happens is, this boy, Max, who we meet, he notices the moon following him and tagging along, and he finds a lot of comfort in that. A lot of symbolism in this story, which is wonderful. So if you are teaching older children, school age, to look for different symbols in the story, you definitely can use this book. And then all of a sudden there is no moon. And Max feels completely different. I'm not going to give away the book, but this is a wonderful story. Floyd Cooper does a wonderful job, and he did pass away last year, and last August, I believe. And so this is a little tribute to him and to the work that he has done and that he's sharing with the whole world now. So please come to the library, join us, and we can guide you to more of Floyd Cooper's works. Have a wonderful week. Bye.